Want to make your own DIY headlight for the Super73 Z1? Ooh. That's coming right up. Hey everyone, my name is RIK CORDERO. Welcome to RunPlayBack, where we help you with video and tech tips to lead a more efficient and affordable lifestyle. Let's be creative and save money at the same time. Today we're going to check out how I built this DIY headlight for the Super73 Z1, and I'll share the parts that I used with links in the description. So let's get to it. So today I got the package that I've been waiting for. I found this motorcycle headlight on eBay. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is pretty sweet. It's glass. I'm assuming that's a halogen bulb. So what I'm gonna do is replace that bulb with a kind of like a bike light. So it comes with this grill. It gives it a little bit of a protection on the glass. And then we're gonna try to rig it somewhere here like that. That might look pretty cool, I think. The issue that I'm running into is that these brackets over here are too big. What I will have to do is figure out another kind of piece over here that I can rig up to make the brackets fit. This is the motorcycle headlight that I found on eBay. It comes with everything here that you see. It comes with the grill, it comes with the brackets, as well as the hardware, including these rubber grommets. So you're gonna need all of this. You won't need these two pieces, and you won't need the halogen bulb inside. And I'll show you guys in a second how to remove it from the housing. Next, we're gonna need clamps for the bike frame. And I have these Smallrig 25mm clamps. These fit actually on the Super73. They're a little bit big, which is why I have these vinyl strips here to kind of shim it and make it a little bit tighter. And these vinyl strips I found from an empty checkbook that I had, you know, the cover. I just cut them into pieces and they work pretty well. You're also going to need some 1/4-20 screws, and these have the Allen key top over here, so you can make it nice and tight, and just some washers. I had some washers lying around. These don't match, but hopefully you have some that match. Okay, so let's talk about the tools that you're going to need. You're going to need a vise to bend the brackets. I'll show you guys how to do that in a second. You're going to need a wrench for the bolts on the housing. You're going to need a screwdriver and a Allen key. I'll take the vinyl strip and place it around here. Just wrap it around tightly. This will act as the shim. We'll open this up. Place it like so. We'll just keep it loose for now until we get the other one on. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll just keep that a little bit loose as we start adding everything on. So next we're going to take the bulb out of the housing. And so to do that, you just have to unscrew it. And this comes off here, and then pop it off. And you just pop the bulb out. There's a small bulb here, and then this part comes off pretty easily. And that's it. We'll figure out what we're gonna place in here later, but right now we just wanna see what it looks like together. So we'll just pop this back on. Great. So like I said, we won't need these two, so we'll just put these aside. They come straight, but as you can see, I bent them a little bit. And here's the reason why. So we want to put them and mount them onto the bike like this. This hole will actually fit into this middle hole over here, the 1/4-20 hole, and the same thing on the other side. And then they're going to be angled in, and then they're going to be bent a little bit so that the light fits in between. So the way to do that is you just basically put them in a vise, and then and then you just bend them outwards. So I have them bending towards where this sort of bracket piece is, so it bends into this angle. And the reason is that I want this side to be sort of like up. So it's angled up on the bike, so left is angled up, right is angled up like that. You could probably do it the other way if you want. It doesn't really matter, but that's just how I chose it. But you just want to make sure that they're bent somewhat evenly. So now we're going to attach it to the light itself. And so you have these rubber grommets, and these go over here on the housing to protect it. So the grill comes on top like so. once you get the hang of it, it gets easier. Again, it's a little weird because the grill actually has to come out a little bit, so for the screws, I have the washer first and then the second washer on top. We'll just keep it loose. We'll just hand tighten it for now. And then next we'll take our washer and we'll take our 1/4 screw. Just hand tighten that. And we'll just hand tighten that. When you feel like you have everything sort of like equal, you could start to tighten everything down. We'll start with the Allen key. Straighten out the bracket so it's sort of like a little bit symmetrical, I guess. So it's lined up with the edge of the bracket and the edge of the clamp. That looks good. And then we'll take our wrench. You're just going to want to tighten the clamps over here. So these have these like pull out handle screw things. I'm totally not describing it right, but, and then the same thing on the other side. You do have these brackets sticking out. So the glossy paint of the brackets actually match the glossy paint of the handlebar frame. So it actually looks like it's part of the bike. You could probably hang like a bag or something over here if you want, but as long as it doesn't cause an issue when pedaling, I think it's fine. So the next thing that we'll try to do is find the right bike light to put inside of the housing. Okay, so we finally got our bike light in the mail, and this is a 1200 lumens bike light, pretty cheap, found it on Amazon. It has a 5200 milliamp battery, comes with a charger, headlamp in case you need it. It also has like this bonus rear light. Feels kind of cheap, but I don't know. So we took apart the headlight housing, and now we want to figure out how to put this light inside. So the light comes with these two straps, a long one and a short one, for attaching it to the frame. So you won't need the long one, you're just going to need the short one. What this will do is it'll wrap around the light so that when it goes in, it won't fall inside. So before we do that, what you're going to need is this aluminum foil tape. Now I went for the foil tape because I wanted a way to take it out in case I changed my mind about certain things. Some people use like JB Weld, but I think that's more of a permanent solution. So I just wanted something that was temporary. You're going to cut 2 strips, so 5 inches or so. Cut this in half, and you're going to wrap it around the bike light. Now the reason I do this is because it'll prevent scratches on the light, and I think it'll actually have some better adhesion when you actually put the tape on the other side. Another piece. And then we'll just place it on the end here. Okay, so we're gonna take the rubber strap, the short one, and then we wrap it around the edge of the light, but you still want some of the lip to stick out. So the tab is facing this hole right here. We want to kind of fit it inside. We want to wrap the rubber band around the 2 tabs on the housing. And then on the bottom, we want to get this around that tab, the single tab over here. So now that we have the light inside of the housing, we're going to make 2 more foil tape strips and cut it in half. We're going to wrap it around from the housing onto the tape that you put on the actual light. We're going to tape this down and make it really secure. And we'll wrap it around this side, go under the cable. Actually works. I mean, it's on there, but I think with normal riding conditions, you should be fine. After that, you're going to put the housing back on, and so this goes through this hole, the cable. And the reason that I put this upside down was because when you actually turn this on, it's a push button, so you have to be able to kind of stick your finger in there to turn it on, to press the button. With this light, with the push button, you could find it on Amazon and it'll arrive like within a week or so. So we'll attach it to the battery. I'll get the battery here, like that. And I'm gonna turn the switch on. And that's what that looks like. Okay, so we mounted the headlight on the bike. I made it a little bit loose so you can adjust it up and down. So it comes with this battery pack. It comes with the case for it. And I found the best place to put it is on the bottom here, like right where the stem is. And so I put the strap around it. It fits nice right there and kind of hides it. So you'll notice that the wires are a little bit long. So what you want to do is run it through here. You want to connect the battery. And then you can just kind of gather up the extra wire like that. You could get a zip tie if you want. And then you could just kind of put it inside of the housing. So now that you have all the wires inside of the housing, you just want to switch it on. So you got to kind of put your finger in there and then turn on the light. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit big, but you could still see it in the daytime. You could still see the light. With the glass, it creates an interesting spread of light. So that's how you make your own DIY headlight for the Super73 Z1. If you want to dive into more video and tech tips, click the links on the side and remember to like and subscribe so I can help you find tech deals that fit your lifestyle. I'll see you guys in the next video.